Hello everyone, Death Stimulator here, bringing you some more naval action. Well, this was a close one. I actually dropped out for a little while, and now we're back. Let's see if we can get things going, get things in our favour, and try to engage the opposition. Hopefully we haven't put our team in too bad a situation. Everything's all over the place. I should be switching up to gunnery, getting our front guns loaded. Really was feeling pretty bad, as I didn't think I was going to make it back into this one. But here we are, not too far behind. Unfortunately, the enemy looks like they've had a disconnect as well, which is most unfortunate. Fortunately, it is their lightest class of ship. Though when you've got a victory against a Bellona, you're gonna favour the victory from time to time, to be honest. Gonna see if we can get some nice rolling fire off against the opposing ships of the line. Fantastic broadsides going off there. So, that went fairly well. Gonna get our turn on and hope that our guns can get reloaded in time to actually do some proper damage. Oof. And as usual, our pump is the first thing to go. Darn you, pump. Darn you. Well, with our decks the way they are, see if we can actually reach the Bellona. I have a feeling we won't be able to. That's really annoying. Oh well, focus our fire on the poor old Constitution. Yeah, Constitution. That's embarrassing. I pressed my mouse a little hard when I was adjusting it. And, oh, there goes our Trincomalee. Right, well, hopefully we can repay in kind by taking out this Constitution. Well, hopefully the Bellona is going to let us have access to a broadside-to-broadside matchup. Indeed, it looks like we will be able to get some decent hits off here. We turned too early, we should have probably held it off. Taking out the rudder is going to be a bit of a pain, though. We can probably manage on a ship like this. We're mostly using our sails to get us around anyway. As if a tiny bit of wood in the water is actually going to be turning us. Just keep an eye on our damage, keep an eye on our water intake. Really want to save our repairs for armor in this case. Looks like we weren't able to get any decent wind gating off there. That's annoying. So what else do we have with us? We have a surprise who's off there fighting against a Trincomalee. Poor guy. The fact that Bellona's outranging us is rather vexing. I feel we're just probably going to have to ignore it for the most part, to be honest. Oh, wow, what guns is he using? So I was really surprised that he's able to get those reloads off so quick. I don't mind going broadside to broadside with a constitution, to be honest. Heck, I'll even board them if the opportunity comes up. I'm not below those kind of tactics. Hey, there we go. Come to Papa. This will probably be a mistake, but it's all fun and games. Love me. This is most definitely a mistake at this point. The amount of fire I'm gonna cop. Alright. On with the rest of the match. Poor JC Do. He couldn't handle my love. In other news, where is the wind gone? It's done a full 180 on me. This is going to make things very difficult. Slightly awkward, very difficult. we are stuck. We are completely stuck. That wind change, though. I mean, I guess maybe we got pulled round when we were trying to board. Honestly, if they're in better position, I would totally capture them at this point. I think this is what I want to do. It's honestly quite hard to tell at this point. Hopefully Sea Devil's kicking the captains behind a little bit. Making up for the fact that we're just kind of floundering. No, we do want to keep turning right. Yeah. So even if we end up pushing against the Constitution, I just want to get our guns in range. I honestly should probably set about grape shotting Captain, to be honest. Frustrating him just being at a dance out of range like that. I wonder what kind of experience the captain has. I don't recall playing with him before today, but seems to know what he's doing. Always good to see. Not that my other opponents usually don't know what they're doing. Most people tend to be very good. Or, to be honest, at least adequate. And that's all you need to be to have fun. Let's be honest. Games are for fun. As seriously as we do like to take them, and as serious as we all get about them at times, I think. They are meant for fun, for enjoyment. We'll see if we can bring some of that enjoyment to the captain and make him sink under its weight. Oh. Going for my sails, eh? I wonder if he meant to be that high or just couldn't get his shots down. Actually, if he was using single shot, I mean, he was doing a lot of damage, but he may have been using standard ball shot, and that would have certainly given him the range he needed to hit me. These are things to think about. I'll probably afford to switch over to sailing at this point, to be frank. All we are trying to do is just catch up to him. Alright, I'm going to throw our rear out and see if we can get a broadside going. Old ship to ship. Oh, really? That's as high as we can get it? Yeah, they were able to edge out of the range there. Nice little move, that. Sea Devil just sitting in our wake. It's like a mini-me. Well, we've got the advantage. We've got the wind on the captain, which is good. However, they are probably a repair above us. I honestly can't remember if I'd done more damage to them earlier or not. I guess he's trying to hammer my sails a bit, so he can put distance between us. I mean, that would be a fairly sound strategy for them, as they seem to be able to outrange us fairly consistently. Or maybe they're just trying to knock my masts out. That would also work quite nicely for them. Looks like we've got a bit of broadside to broadside action coming up. I guess one of the other things we can count on here is actually that we've got our allies. There's one thing you can do in naval action, it's exploit your allies. And I think by abandoning them at the start, we have already exploited them enough. It's time we came through and showed them what we're good for. I must say, one of the things I do find somewhat difficult to do while I'm commentating my games is pausing and allowing for cannon fire. Even though, you know, you edit and post and I have the sound turned way down while I'm recording, it's very difficult to modulate a voice appropriately so that we don't drown ourselves out or sound like we're yelling consistently. So this seems to be going fairly well for us. We are going to cop another full frontal blast as we turn back to get our port guns in range. But with damage like that, it's all worthwhile. Just going to briefly switch over to gunnery, see if we can actually handle having our crew off the pumps. Looks like Captain's going for an interesting turn here, escaping our influence. They'll probably be able to get it off too, actually, because of our rudder situation. I don't think we've taken out their rudder. Doesn't look like we've done any significant hits to it at all. Opening fire on the surprise there. It's one way to do it. Switch us back onto survival. Want to hold off on using our next repair for a while. Goodness knows they'll be able to out-survive me in terms of damage. This is not a good angle for us. We're going way too slow to catch up and make the difference. The difference in the distance. Like moving through tar. Those were not good hits. Though we should be able to make this turn. And not take too much fire. I mean, yeah, judging by the angle now, we're definitely going to take some. But if we can maintain our forward arc on them, should be good. Now, ideally, we might be able to pull up beside them and engage in a little bit of ship-to-ship action. A little bit of boarding. Pop a repair on at this point. Jeez, dude's a good sport. Once again, not that others aren't, but just it's always nice to engage with the other people, even if you are trying to sink them. There are a lot of silent games. It's not that there's anything wrong with that, of course. Side effect of having to use both hands to control your ship. Well, looks like they did not want hugs. I'm not actually intending to do what I just realised I am doing, which is blocking them from coming back in. That's not the intention of doing this at all. I realised that blocking them from coming back in is about as good as giving them a hug. That being said, yeah, no, there are some lines that you probably shouldn't cross, and preventing your opponents from coming back in is one of those lines. That being said, we're kind of past the point of no return on that one, while I will begin moving myself back in. Yeah, I'm just going to go back in. If they want to go back in, that's entirely fine. I didn't want to physically keep them out of the area. Yeah, just would have felt bad about that. Like, that's a bad way to go. And just, it's an unfortunate side effect of also having being a ship down and going up against a ship of this kind of size. Regardless of anything else, the Victory is a big ship. Indeed, I mean, I'd say we're an entire deck bigger. Still, overall, it's been a fairly solid game. We came in late. One of our allies was sunk fairly early on under sustained... Sorry, wait for that to finish. Under sustained fire from several enemy ships. With the help of our allies, we've been able to pull it back. So we're going to begin making our way towards that, the deserter, the disconnected individual in the Cerberus. But as I say, that sort of thing does happen. It's unfortunate, but the only thing you can do is try and reconnect. Sometimes it doesn't work. Other times, like today, you get lucky. And we came back and things didn't go too badly. Well, I'll spare you guys having to watch us track down this Cerberus. So as usual, it has been Death Stimulator. If you did enjoy the video, do let us know, and please consider liking, commenting, favouring or subscribing, as your support does mean the world to me. I'll see you all next time.